we know the CBC has been getting access to Wellington Street, so if the state broadcaster can go there, why can't we?
I'm not too sure, but I'll have to check on if media is allowed in there right now, but we were told only unless your business was in there that you could go through.
Oh, and sir, we're not planning to say simply to drop it off.
Yeah, you don't have an office in there, do you?
No, we do not have an office, no. So it's just
an office in there or parliamentary credentials. You're not getting in there right at this point.
Okay.
But I can't give you a timeline on that. Right now we'll look at seeing if we can get some information for you on how you can get in there and get an appointment.
Well, I'd appreciate that. The thing is, time is of the essence because the senators right now behind those walls are debating the Emergencies Act, whether it'll get approval or not, and we want to get this documentation.
I understand that, but the more we talk about it right here, I'm not going to get an answer for you.
David Menzies for Rebel News here in Ottawa. Well, folks, I'm standing right outside the Senate building, and we are trying to drop off more than 80,000 of your signatures to influence the senators to vote against the Emergencies Act. As I'm speaking, behind those walls, the senators are debating this. They've been debating since yesterday. And, here is the time. Here is a golden moment, I think, for the Senate to prove its usefulness. Typically, the Senate is just a rubber stamp body in terms of what Parliament has voted for. But this is so important. This Emergencies Act that is stripping us of our democratic rights and freedoms. And also, where's the emergency? The truckers are gone. The trucks themselves are gone. The demonstrators and their supporters all gone. The only thing I see that qualifies as an emergency is the cleanup of freezing rain from the storm last night. In any event, we're hoping to get past this Checkpoint Charlie police brigade and wish us luck, because this is very important. This is part of the democratic process, i.e. having your voices heard by the senators. We're from Rebel News, and we're just going to the Senate to drop off a petition. It's for it's over 80,000 names in regard to the senators voting for the Emergencies Act. And can we just get through and drop that off?
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Thank you very much.
I don't think we can let anybody in.
Oh, okay.
So you'd have to have some sort of appointment or something at this point.
Oh, but he said I could go.
He's my supervisor, so.
Oh, you're outranked.
Yep.
Well, sir, that's the thing, though. We've been told, going back to Sunday night, by Officer Dyke of the OPP, she said we had to go and get permits from Ottawa Police Headquarters. My colleague Mauricio tried to do that. The superintendent there had no idea what she was saying. So, and furthermore said that it's officers' discretion in terms of media getting access. And we know the CBC has been getting access to Wellington Street. So if the state broadcaster can go there, why can't we?
I'm not too sure, but I'll have to check on if media is allowed in there right now, but we were told only unless your business was in there that you could go through.
Oh, and sir, we're not planning to say simply to drop it off.
Yeah, you don't have an office in there, do you?
No, we do not have an office, no. So it's just
an office in there or parliamentary credentials. You're not getting in there right at this point.
Okay.
But I can't give you a timeline on that. Right now we'll look at seeing if we can get some information for you on how you can get in there and get an appointment.
Well, I'd appreciate that. The thing is, time is of the essence because the senators right now behind those walls are debating the Emergencies Act, whether it'll get approval or not, and we want to get this documentation.
I understand that, but the more we talk about it right here, I'm not going to get an answer for you.
Folks, if you think I'm exaggerating about Ottawa being a police state right now, something that more or less resembles East Berlin is circa 1946. Check out this. Elongated buses, jam-packed with law enforcement, and little wonder there are an estimated 100 Checkpoint Charlie stationed all around Ottawa. And of course, there's the steel fencing that was never here before, and there are concrete blocks at major intersections. And wherever you go, the question is, your papers, please. And if you're staying as a tourist here, or an out-of-towner, you have to prove that you have hotel reservations, and then the police actually phone the front desk to confirm that the confirmation note isn't a forgery. So this is Ottawa 2022. How you digging the new look, folks? One thing you do notice when it comes to law enforcement, folks, is the diversity. We have the RCMP, we have the Parliamentary Protective Service, we have the OPP, that's the Ontario Provincial Police, there's Hamilton Police, there are the Calgary Police. Calgary Police, probably in a mentoring role, they're so good at arresting and caging pastors like Artur Pawlowski. And well, here comes a whole bunch of new recruits for the bus. It is police everywhere. I hope the crime rate goes down with this police presence.
Sorry, I know it's cold outside.
Oh, it's always so cold, this town, officer.
So I asked through, and it is controlled access zone. So we're not letting anyone in unless they have an office or place of work within that zone area. Okay.
And that includes the media, officer?
That includes the media, and I can't speak to any other media outlets that were in there before, so I was not aware of that. But that's the official word coming from the command area. Okay.
How can we possibly get this to them? I mean,
that's something you'd have to make contact with the Senate and ask the process right now during unfortunately the controlled environment right now. That's what it is. Okay.
And officer, could I get your name and badge number, please?
Sure. It's Corporal Hopkins.
Okay.
Yep. 56657.
Okay. And this came from your superior. There's simply no way.
And like I said, I just checked with them when you came here. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I never caught your name when you came.
David Menzies, sir. Sorry, I thought it was out already.
Menzies?
Yes.
Okay. Yep.
And just one thing before we go, officer. I'm just see what the more than 80,000 people are concerned about, and I'm sure there's millions more across Canada. What is the emergency right now in Ottawa? I don't see any trucks. I don't see any demonstrators. I don't see any vandalism. Nothing. Isn't this proverbially locking the barn door after the horse is bolted?
Well, that's not for me to comment on, okay? We do have media liaisons that would comment to that, okay? But as it stands right now, this is a controlled access zone here at the Capitol, so we're just enforcing that until there's otherwise the legislations or acts gone at that point, okay?
All right. Well, thank you for at least asking, officer. Take care.
Thank you. Have a good day.
All right, then. Well, there you have it, folks. As they say during a sporting event, the clock is now becoming a factor. I'm not sure where the debate is and when the vote will take place, but obviously our petition isn't going to make it there in time. I don't know what harm there is in dropping off a box of more than 80,000 signatures. We're clearly not here to cause trouble. We're not part of the demonstration, but you heard it from Officer Hopkins himself. We are persona non grata here outside the Senate. We'll see what happens in the hours ahead. Hopefully this chamber will indeed live up to its reputation as being a place of sober second thought and not rubber stamp this Emergencies Act, because as far as I can tell, folks, there is no emergency. For Rebel News, I'm David the Menzoid Menzies. Well, folks, we're still in Ottawa monitoring what's going on with the trucker convoy. Naturally, we have some expenses. We're trying to keep things on the cheap, but if you can make a contribution, that would be ever so appreciated. Please go to convoyreports.com. That's convoyreports.com. And if you can help us out with $1 or $3, we would greatly appreciate your generosity.